Hi everyone, it's Dutch Reefer here and welcome to a new Reef update. So today I wanted to give you a bit of a general update on the tank and the short-term future of the tank. So as you guys know, I've been struggling with stability in this tank for quite a while. Actually, it's been running for about a year now, and in that year I've seen it going from good to kind of bad, even deciding at some point that I might even quit the tank and give it up. However, mainly due to my amazing collection of fish, in my humble opinion, I decided that I would give it another go, let it stabilize for a little longer before pulling the trigger, and I'm slightly optimistic when looking at the progress up until now. I've adjusted my vinegar dosing a bit, so my carbon dosing actually. I got a new recipe from someone I know for a long time, which adds some other carbon sources to the mix as well. So it's a bit of ethanol, which is actually alcohol, and a bit of sugar. So it's very similar to the vodka sugar vinegar solution that I had been using before. Actually, I had been using vodka and vinegar for years now, even in my previous tank. Ever since that has been running since day one, I had been using it, and so I got a new mix recipe, and it seems to be working wonderfully well. Oh, look, there goes the copper band. Twitchy little guy. Well, little. He's quite large. But that has been working wonderfully well, and I got my phosphates down to 0.23. So coming from above 0.6, that's already quite an achievement, even especially because the water of body in this tank is quite large. It's somewhere between 12 and 1400 liters, so that's 330, 350 gallons, which is a quite a big amount of water, even especially if you want to do some water changes. That can take up a lot of salt and a lot of time and a lot of water and a lot of effort. So I try to do as less water changes as I absolutely have to do. So that's why I'm quite happy that the new vodka, vinegar, and sugar method works. So as you can see, the fish are quite happy, strolling around the reef. And there are some changes upcoming to the tank. So last year, when I started the tank, I took my old chiller with me, which is a Jecod TK500. It was a little bit short to run on a tank this big, so I decided to sell it in the winter. But now we have had a couple of warm days already, and the tank was already heating up to 27 degrees on the last warm day. Luckily it's already down to 26 at the moment, so I definitely need a new chiller. So I found a TK1000, which should be able to keep up with this tank. It's in quite a cold room, which cools down significantly overnight, so I think the 1000 will cut it. So that's good. And I will be receiving some new equipment soon, so I expect it in the first or second week of July. A new skimmer from Maxspect, a new return pump, and a new Gyre, which is the new jump series of Maxspect. So I'm very curious to see how those perform compared to the normal Gyres that they have been selling for quite a while. So yeah, going to add a second skimmer actually to the sump. So I'm going to leave in the old ATI one, put in the Maxspect skimmer, and see how they compare, and at least have some more filtration. And then the return pump will be upgraded from currently an 8,000 liter return pump to a 12,000 liter. So that's a 50%. That's 50% more power to return water to the tank, which I think will also benefit the tank as a whole. So that's some new changes that I'm quite excited for. Ah, look, the parrotfish decided to poop, and to stool. So that's I'm looking forward to that, and hopefully that will even stabilize the tank a bit further, without doing anything weird or stupid or what some people consider controversial. But let's not dig into that. I wanted to show something else today. So I've got a test package from a new type of food that's made by Shrimp Food, which is a Dutch company owned by Jan Boerlage. It's called Nanochloropsis algae, and it's actually harvested or cultured, I'm not sure, and it's packed in it's dried. I don't think it's commercially available yet, but I got 2 packages, and I already fed the first one. I'm going to feed the second one now. And I did see that the fish quite liked it, so I'll let you decide on your own. So let's add some water to the bag, and then release it and see. So as you can see, especially the tangs, they quite like it a lot. Well, they eat every green food that you put in there. So also the parrotfish seems to like it, and of course the foxface, which is an avid algae eater as well. So I quite like this food. It's nice to give for a change. I think when it becomes commercially available, I'll buy some and feed it maybe once a week, just to give some variety to the dinner of the fish. As you can see, the convict tang is especially into it. Actually, the convict tang is a tang that is very active, as you can see, and it's one of the best algae eaters that I've seen in a reef tank to date. Actually, it eats every kind of algae that it can find, that it can scrape off the rocks. And as you can see, it's actively looking for it. There's still some at the top of the tank. I'm wondering if it will find it, or if it will wait for it to come down. But we'll see. So that's most of the stuff that I wanted to tell you today. So I'm looking forward to some updates. I'm enjoying the tank a little bit more ever since it started stabilizing a bit. I wouldn't want to be too optimistic because it might still stay this way instead of improving. But anyway, I'm quite happy about the progress up until now. It's especially nice to see the fish being happy, since that's what this tank is all about. Most of my corals are in the nano now, so I don't have to worry about them being either eaten by fish or being impacted by instability in the tank. But of course, these fish also need stable water parameters. So I'll do what I can to give them that, to offer them that. As you can see, I did put my elegance coral back in this tank. It was in the nano, but it was it didn't seem too happy in there. It was already also a bit big. So what I decided is to put it back in this tank, since it has been doing well in this tank for ever since I got it. And I think it was a good choice, since ever since I put it back in this tank, it's full in its fluffiness again. So it's back where it's supposed to be, how it's supposed to be. So that's really good. And actually, I'm not too. I'm actually quite happy about how the corals are developing. Soft corals are a bit of a challenge, since the the Pichoplites dicanthus, the regal angelfish, is into that. It's hiding right here. So soft corals are a bit of a no-go in this tank, but the Montes are doing fine. Some other plating corals are doing okay, and yeah, of course the Ricordea. So quite happy. Curious to see what's next. Hopefully the tank will survive the summer. Looking forward to installing the new chiller, and yeah, I'll talk to you soon again. You'll be seeing some reviews soon of the new equipment that I mentioned earlier in this video, and I hope you're still staying safe out there, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.